guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an in-depth makeup tutorial on this dark blue smoky eye that I'm wearing right now. It was really fun to film this tutorial and I love how this look came out. It's perfect for any occasion pretty much. So anyways, yeah, if you guys want to see an in-depth tutorial of this makeup look, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's get into this tutorial. I think I'm gonna do my eyes first, but first I need to fix my brows because I had my brows on from earlier in the day and then I wiped off all my makeup to do this video. So let me just fix my brows. Hold on. And I've actually been using this Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. It was sent to me in like a little box they had like a brow competition that just ended, and I guess they sent it to like a bunch of people to, you know, apply to the campaign. So anyways, it was in the box and I've actually been really loving this pencil. So I'm just gonna use that. Okay, so I just finished fixing my brows a little bit, and now I'm going to set my brows using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Perfect, now let's just get on to the eyes. I'm gonna do my eyes first just because I'm gonna be using some shimmer since this is that navy blue kind of smoky eye look. So I'm just gonna prep my eyelids first with a little bit of concealer. This palette is really ugly, but we're doing it. So I'm just going into this cream shade. I'm just gonna use this to carve out my brows and then also all over the eyelid as a base. And this is the Makeup Forever Camouflage Cream Palette. And I'm using this brush. It's a classic shader brush from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. And it's just a flat brush, so you can easily get under the brow to carve that out. And then that's going all over the eyelids. And then I'm just gonna take this fluffy brush from Sedona Lace. It's the 217 brush, and I just use that to basically blend out all of that concealer and just kind of buff it into the skin. And then I'm just gonna use this NYX contour palette since I was gonna use it on my face for this look anyways. I'm just gonna take this cream matte shade and I'm gonna use that to set the concealer that I just applied on my eyelid. And the reason I'm doing that is just because I don't want the concealer to be too tacky because I'm afraid that the eyeshadows will pull if the eyelid is too tacky. So this just helps to basically set everything and make it really nice and smooth. And it makes the application more even. Okay, let's go into the eyeshadow. So I'm gonna start with this fluffy brush, which is the L34 Blend Beauty. It was a collab between SL Miss Glam and Ipsy. It was in, how did I get this? Oh yeah, I think I got this at Jenn Beauty. But anyways, I really like how the bristles are very fluffy. So I'm gonna go in with this. Oh my god, it's so dirty and there's a freaking cut eyelash on the palette. Ignore. We'll just hide that like this. We're gonna go in with the Juvia's Nubian 2 palette. I really love this palette. I haven't used it in a while actually, so I'm excited to use it again. But I'm just gonna go in with Morocco as a transition shade to start. I've been using a new camera to film with, it's my Sony, because I feel like my Canon it doesn't automatically focus, so I feel like I'm usually out of focus when I film. So let me know what you guys think, if this camera is better or not. So I'm just going to take that Morocco shade and I'm slowly gonna start blending that pretty much just on the outer corner of my eyelid and then also into the crease, because this is going to be my transition shade. And basically what a transition shade is it's just a kind of foundation for the eyeshadow look to make everything nice and blended and transitioned, hence the name. So I'm just blending that into the crease, making sure it's nice and seamless, and then also building up that color on the eyelid. So I just take a little bit and then just go back in because I'm trying to build up that pigmentation as I go along. But what I'm gonna do is go in with an eyeshadow brush that has nothing on it. This is from Crown Brushes. It's the C441, and I'm just going to further kind of blend out the edges. Now I'm gonna go in with this Morphe M433 brush. It's just a nice kind of tight fluffy brush, but it's very kind of angled, I guess you could say. It's good for like getting right into the outer corner and also the crease. So I'm going to go in with a Madagascar, and I'm going to take this shade and kind of put it where I just put Morocco, but a little bit lower, and I'm going to try to make it a little more dense. So you see how I'm kind of tucking it into that little crease area and just kind of blending it out. While I also dip my brush like this, I also dip it flat on the side like that so that I can actually kind of pat it into the outer corner to build the color there, and then go in with the part that's on the tip of the brush and use that to just kind of blend into the crease. And what you can do while you're kind of working on shades is go back to the brush that you used for the previous color and just kind of use that to blend everything together even further. It also helps to kind of reinforce that color that you just used, because sometimes when you go over it with another color, it tends to kind of fade away. So that just helps to kind of reinforce that shade. Next, I'm going to go in with this Makeup Addiction small tapered blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with Kenya. And with Kenya, I'm going to get that onto my brush, and I'm just going to basically place that into the outer corner. And same thing with this one. I'm not only dipping it this way, but I'm also dipping it this way. That way I can kind of tuck it into the outer corner to build the depth of the eye look. And I'm also kind of just lightly kind of blending it into the crease. And then I'm gonna go back in with the brush from the previous shade, like I mentioned before, and just kind of blend that all together. So now we're gonna get into the blue for this look, and first I'm going to set down a base, and I'm gonna be using, this is so dirty, I'm gonna be using the LA Splash Cosmetics Chubby Twist. It is a crayon, and it's in the color Polar. It's white. I'm actually gonna take that same flat shader brush, and I'm going to use that to apply this to my lid, just because it has a nice rounded edge. So I'm just going to apply that right to the eyes. And I basically kind of start at the base and work my way up into the shape that I want. Just take your time with it. And luckily with this, I mean, you can always just kind of hide it with eyeshadow if you mess up, so there's really no harm done. The reason I do it this way is just so that I can get the base, that blue color, to really pop. There. It's not perfect, but it's enough that we can work with it. So now what I'm gonna do is go in with Cleopatra. It's this beautiful blue shade in the palette, and I'm just going in with a Crown Brush C210 Oval Smudger, and I'm just going to apply that to the white pencil that we just applied. And to get that pigment really intense, You really want to press that into the skin as opposed to like dragging it, if that makes sense. Okay, now that we have the base of the blue kind of set, I'm gonna go back in with that same brush that we used with Kenya, the dark brown shade, and I just picked up a little bit more Kenya, and I'm gonna go back in and kind of blend those edges where the blue meets the outer corner, just so that that's nice and seamless. And then taking that same brush that we used with Madagascar with no extra product on it, I'm just gonna go back in and kind of blend out that blue. Okay, so starting with the skin before I finish off the eyes, because I'm just doing that today, I'm going to go in with my Embroylisse Lait Creme Concentrate, real fancy. And I'm just going to apply that to my skin. And I know it sounds fancy, but it's a moisturizer. Next, I'm going in with my Milk Makeup, my Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I love this thing, and I'm just going to apply that all over the areas where I have larger pores, and also where I get oily. It's really weird, but this stuff literally has a blurring effect. It's like... Okay, so the next step is what's gonna be a little weird, but the reason I'm doing this is because there's a lot of fallout from the eyeshadows, and also I kind of want like crisp, clean lines on the outside of my eyeshadow. Taking that flat shader yet again, I'm gonna go back in with that same concealer that I used to set the eyelids, and I'm going to clean up the outer corner of my eyeshadow. So I literally take it from underneath my eye and just slowly kind of wing it up, which is the shape that I want for my eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna blend that out. This is gonna really help when I'm doing my foundation and I don't want to mess up the eyeshadow. Next, I'm going in with foundation. I'm using this e.l.f. foundation. It doesn't have a name, but I think it's their full coverage foundation. It doesn't say what it is on the bottle, but it's oil-free and has sunscreen, and it's in the color Sand. And it does have a pump. So I'm just gonna pump that on my hand first and then apply that with, I think I'm gonna apply it with my fingers to my face and then use my beauty blender to blend everything out. It smells like super makeup-y. I don't know how I feel about it. And then I'm going in with my Beauty Blender, and I'm going to just start pouncing that into the skin. This is actually my first time using this foundation, so this is kind of like a little first impressions moment, but it's really, really thick and kind of like, I don't know, it's just heavy feeling, but we're just gonna roll with it. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I'm just going to basically put that all under the eyes, going along that line that I created earlier. This foundation is literally oxidizing by the second. But when we use a lighter concealer, then it doesn't look as bad. Next, I'm just gonna set everything. I'm gonna set all the concealer that I just applied with my RCMA No Color Powder. I just feel like setting this foundation was way necessary because it's very like, I don't know, it's not setting. So it kind of feels like it could just like wipe off in like 2 seconds, but I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look great. While my under eye is baking, I'm going to contour with the NYX contour palette. This is the Highlight and Contour Pro palette. So I'm gonna go in with this shade in the palette, and I'm just going to apply that to the area right under my cheekbone, right here. Oh, sorry, and this brush, it's not labeled, but it's a brush set from Juvia's Place as well. And I'm just going to also apply that to the forehead, basically just around the perimeter of my face, because it's going to make my face look slimmer and also just make me look very sun-kissed. So next I'm going to add a little bit of blush, and I'm going to be using the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. It is a favorite of mine. And I'm just applying it the tiniest bit to the apples of my cheeks and kind of blending it back into that contour that I just applied. I'm not really a huge blush person, but I just add a little bit just for a little color, you know, so my face doesn't look flat and dead. And for highlighter, I'm going to be using this Super Shock Cheek in the shade Wisp from Colourpop Cosmetics. It's a really, really pretty highlight shade. I'm going to apply that with my Morphe 510 highlighting brush. And I'm just applying that to the high points of my cheekbones, kind of blending that back to the hairline and also just kind of around the cheek, just in this general area right here. And I also kind of dop it right above the brow on either side. Literally, my hair feels so like mousy today. I don't know what it is, but it just looks so flat and like bleh. It's pissing me off. Oh my god, this brush is literally shedding on my face. A little bit on the tip of the nude. Tip of the nosies. I really don't know what to do for the lips. I might go in with this like dark purplish mauve thing. I don't know. No. That's a fucking no. Sorry. Not gonna happen. That looks like crap. That looks like crap. I think I am just gonna do a freaking pinky nude shade because I literally don't know what else to do with this look since the eyes are so bold. So I'm just going to go in with this Essence lip liner. It's at its last like few uses. It's in the nude. It's my favorite nude lip liner, and it's literally like $1.99 from Ulta. I'm just gonna use that to line my lips. And then I'm going in with the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick in the shade Celebrity Skin. Now I'm going to finish the eyes. So I'm gonna basically repeat the same steps that I did for the upper eye and then just kind of repeat that on the lower lash line. So starting off with Morocco, I'm gonna use that just to add transition shade to the lower lash line. And I'm going to blend that into that line that we created as well so that everything's kind of seamless. Before I forget, I'm also going to line my waterline real quick with this black eyeliner from NARS. Are you? Okay, so I just applied that to the waterline and then also a little bit below it. I know it looks like shit right now, but just wait. We're gonna fix it. So, back to the plan. Morocco. Really, really nice and smoky. Next, we're going in with Madagascar. Hitting that on the lower lash line. Kenya with an even small, oh sorry, I forgot to tell you what brushes I was using. So For Morocco, I used the shader brush from Makeup Addiction Cosmetics. For Madagascar, I used Morphe M321. It's like a little, what do you call this? It's this. And then I'm using this Crown C513 brush to really get close to the lash line with that Kenya dark brown shade. And now what we're gonna do is take this bullet crease from Crown brush. It's a C321. And I'm gonna take those same blue shades and I'm going to apply those to the inner part of the lower lash line. And I'm also going to spray that a little bit just with some setting spray so that it's very pigmented. There's literally blue eyeshadow in my eyeball. Don't do that. Okay, that's an interesting feeling. And then that same deck of Scarlet blue foiled shade is going right over top. And I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit more. Now we're gonna be super, super extra. And we're gonna go in with this pressed glitter from Creative Soul Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna take a really small flat shader brush. I can't tell you what this brush is because it's in the works. But I'm just gonna take some e.l.f. glitter primer. I'm gonna put that on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to use my brush to apply that to my eyelid. And then I'm going to just apply a little bit of glitter to the eyelid. Sorry, get distracted. So a little bit of that primer on top. Dipping that brush right into the glitter. And then just kind of applying that over top. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of eyeliner, but it's literally just going to be the smallest little line. I just want to line the eye so that I can apply falsies and not have the band like coming off or sticking out or being too obvious. So just a small little black line. Okay, now for lashes, I'm gonna be using the Ambitious lashes from Creative Soul Cosmetics. I'm just gonna apply my glue first and then apply mascara and just apply them once the glue is super nice and tacky. Because if you try to apply it when the glue is still wet, then it's just gonna slip and slide all over your eyes. So definitely make sure that that glue is nice and tacky before attempting to apply it. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna add some mascara. Okay guys, so don't hate me, but my camera died again, of course. And I decided to change my lip. So I use that same Essence Nude liner, but then I used this Inglot matte lipstick in the shade of 403 instead, just because I feel like it's more of like a true nude shade on me rather than the Celebrity Skin, which was like kind of like a brownie pink nude. So I'm happy with it for right now. Okay, so now I'm going to apply my lashes, and basically I'm going to take my mirror really close to my face and look down and apply my lashes from above. And I'm just going to apply them really close to the lash line. And keep in mind, I did wait until my glue was nice and tacky. I waited about 3 minutes or so. Okay, so my eyelashes are on. Of course, if you don't want to wear big voluminous lashes like me, you can always opt for like half lashes, just like on the corner, or like a more kind of chill lash. That's totally fine. I'm obviously a freak for like big lashes, so that's what I went for. What am I doing? Hello. Okay, so I'm just gonna set my face with this Cover FX illuminating spray. I really like this spray because the mist is super misty. It's not like it's not like a spray of water. It really is just like a super fine mist, and it just kind of helps to soak up all of the extra. Do not breathe this in. Last but not least, I forgot. We need to add a little moment right in here to brighten up the inner corner of the eyes. So So I'm gonna go in with Zuri, which is this shade right here, and that's just gonna go in the inner corner of the eyes, because that was looking a little dull. Alright guys, our dark blue glam look is finished. I really like how it turned out. This is super sultry. It's perfect for like a night out or like, you know, a really fancy date night or just fucking grocery shopping. Who gives a shit? But yeah, I really love this look. What did you guys think of this tutorial? Let me know down below. I want to hear what you guys think about this look and about these kind of like in-depth talk through tutorials, because I love doing them and I hope that you guys love them too. So let me know down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I have some really exciting new videos coming soon. Also, please hit that like button down below if you enjoyed watching this. It really helps me out a lot. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.